Welcome to the Elite Podcast, where we discuss business, family, and life. Now, welcome to your hosts, Mr. H. Rod himself, Henry Rodriguez, and Ryan Arditi, the SCV MVP.
What's up, podcast world? It's your favorite insurance guy, Henry Rodriguez, and as always, I'm with my co-host,
Ryan Arditi, the SCV MVP.
We're back with the exclusive EliteX podcast, and we got a good one in store, man.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
What number are we right now?
I don't know, but have you changed your name to Ryan P. Diddy?
Wow. Shots fired.
Too soon?
Yeah, we'll just let that one go. It's R. Diddy, and I was actually R. Diddy before P. Diddy. He changed it in the middle.
You know what?
Like,
Let's get off that subject because that is just
I don't know if you want to say
too much fire right there. Too much fire right now.
I don't know if you want to say get off and P. Diddy in the same sentence, but
all right, Ryan R. Diddy.
Thank you. Thank you.
Something that I do want to talk about though.
Yeah.
What is going on with Ohtani, dude?
I know.
Is this dude now gonna be the next Pete Rose? Because I hope not, man. We just picked him up.
I mean, what are the chances they pay this guy $1 billion and he's gambling?
I'm hoping that they could spin it some. I don't know, man. I love the guy. He is, our generation's Babe Ruth, right? Pitcher, hitter. But if he gets caught with the scandal, man, it's over for him. They're gonna Pete Rose him.
I think the checks actually had his name on it.
Oh wow! Well,
so I don't know what
interpreter. Yeah, man. I don't know, man. I don't know.
I should have used Venmo.
What are your 2 cents, voice? Let's bring in the voice on this one.
I was gonna say, hopefully you're not his attorney because he's guilty.
If you are, I'm just hoping that our guy that we invested so much money into, right? I mean, I was so excited. It's Ohtani. It's Betts. It's Freeman. It's the squad, the Monstars right now, and then this comes up.
Of course, something always comes up. That's being a Dodger fan, right?
Exactly.
You always say that.
Welcome to Hollywood.
You
baby.
always say that, right?
Yes, sir.
It's just being a lifelong Dodger fan, and we get our hopes all up, right? And then something like this happens.
You know, I keep it right here.
Or we get shut out after the first round of the playoffs.
I saw something where his interpreter and him not being there will allow Ohtani to open up.
You know what's funny?
He's going to talk more or something.
The interpreter should not talk at all anymore. There was a meme that my boys of all people were showing me that it was Betts up to bat and then Ohtani on deck. And Ohtani Betts.
Oh, God.
Have you guys seen that one yet?
No. That's good, though.
Too soon, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's switch subjects one more time before we bring on our guest.
I'm excited for our guest.
But before we bring her on, because I am very excited about bringing her on, dude, what is going on with this NAR settlement, dude? We happen to have a local realtor as our co-host, Diddy.
R. Diddy.
R. Diddy.
Yes, R. Diddy.
I would love, from a professional standpoint, how are you preparing for this change?
That's a great question.
It's kind of a big deal, right?
A huge deal.
Okay.
It's huge. I didn't really think it was going to happen now. I thought we were a couple years out. I think what it's going to ultimately do, you're going to have to level up your game even more. Okay. The service, the communication, you're going to have to provide value, right? Okay. What does the voice say? What is your proposition
Other
value?
than being the Buffalo or?
Well, I've always bring value.
Always bring value. And I think it is going to change the game.
Yep.
Nothing has been final yet, but I think we're all preparing for this. And I'm actually excited. I think change is good.
Okay.
A little bit of disruptive in this real estate community that's been on this upward trend. Things need to change a little bit.
Okay.
So I'm excited.
But more specifically, have you prepared for anything? Are you kind of seeing how it comes down the line, how it all plays out? What are you doing within your organization?
I think it could go towards more of this a la carte kind of service.
I've seen that option or
right?
that strategy.
Right. More of like an attorney where you get a retainer, kind of see exactly what you're
doing. More
doing.
Attorneys in this world?
Well, real estate agents think they're attorneys.
Oh,
so.
okay, yeah.
I think you're going to really have to dial in your service, but I do think it's going to change. It might be more of a kind of, like I said, a la carte.
Okay.
Something where you get a retainer.
From the buy side, right?
From the buy side.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I always feel, though, for a seller, you have to provide some type of compensation to the agents out there because they're the ones working with these buyers to get them to the finish line.
Sure.
You need that. Okay. How that's going to look, we'll see.
All right. Well, remarkable client experiences, right? It continues.
R. Diddy.
Alrighty. Well, that being said, let's bring out our next guest. Ready? Miss Kelly O'Keefe. Welcome.
What's up, guys?
K.O.
K.O.
Let's go.
Is that the nickname? K.O.?
Yeah. So, and I worked at Warner Brothers, and they would nickname me K.O., and then they'd say knockout.
Let's go with K.O.
Not
I like it.
Look-wise, just punch.
I like it.
My Boricua sister.
Oh, yeah.
I just found out she's Puerto Rican.
Yes.
Parents are from New York.
My mom is.
Okay,
yes.
that's awesome.
Wow.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about yourself, and please tell us about your background.
Yeah.
Being Puerto Rican, yes.
Oh my gosh, how funny. No, so I grew up in the Antelope Valley, went to Quartzel High School.
Rebels.
Yes,
We have that in
Rebels.
common.
The AV.
Yeah,
And-
AV.
Yeah, I would
Class
always,
of 05.
Oh my gosh, class of 03. Wow.
Let's go. We'll have to share some
20 years
stories
ago.
outside of the podcast.
Yeah,
We'll share some
outside.
stories.
Class of 95. Sorry.
How old are you, dude? Jeez. I'm not even gonna ask the voice. All right, class of 05, class of 03.
Oh my gosh. No, but we would always come down to Santa Clarita. It was like the nice community, the nice mall.
Right. Oh, same. 100%.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we loved it. And then I ended up going to college at Cal State Northridge. And so this just felt like the perfect
You're a
place.
Matador also?
Yes. Are you too?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Why have we never connected?
We should grab lunch sometime.
Yes.
Should I change seats? Do you
Yeah,
want to
we
sit
should.
right here?
100%. I had no idea. That's where I got my undergrad from.
Great.
Move
Yeah.
over,
See, I love
Lance.
podcasting because you
Oh,
find out.
whoa. The voice. He said move over Lance.
Wow.
We'll
Shout
bring-
out to Lance.
Yeah, we'll bring in Lance later on the episode.
Oh, I love my husband.
I love him too,
No,
actually.
he said
a
Ryan
great
move
dude.
over. I was.
No, okay.
Yeah.
All right, so as you were saying,
Yeah, so then I went to Cal State Northridge. You know, I met my husband. I thought, oh my gosh, the world is our oyster. We're going to move. Where are we going to go? Turns out we realized we had it really good here in Santa Clarita. So we decided to stay here and raise a family. Now we have 2 kids, and I branded myself as the local community connector.
I love that.
I like it too.
I love that. You know, so that was one of the things I was going to ask you later on in the episode. But since we fast forward to that, how do you define that? You said the local community connector. How do you define that?
I would just define it as like I'm the conduit to helping people get resources.
Okay.
As a young mom, I would hear people say like, how do you know about Camp Clarita? How do you know about this city program? And they would nickname like my husband and I like Mr. and Mrs. Santa Clarita because we would always pass on information.
Love that.
And mind you, this was before like social media like popped off and before COVID and all.
We
all
actually
of
had to
that.
get on the phone, make a phone call,
Right.
send a page or something like that.
So I just was like that natural. Oh gosh, said a page. That natural like connector to things, and then having resources. Being like, if I went to the dentist, I'm like, I want to start a podcast and like get to know.
Okay.
Why did Embrace Your Smile, Dr. Megan? What's her story? She seems.
Megan LaCornu.
Yes.
Yeah, shout out to Megan.
I'm like, are you single? Let's hook you up, girl. Like,
oh my
she's
God.
young.
This is so
Full
hilarious.
service.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a full-
I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm
Full
curious. I
service.
want to know all about her, like her
Yeah.
story and.
It's like an Angie List before the internet, before all that, right?
Yeah.
Kind of like where they can call you and pretty much have access to anything.
Right.
That's awesome. Yeah.
All right. Well, why don't you talk about, before we talk about something that The Voice and you, Kelly, are both working on is the Michael Hoffman Foundation's big event that's coming up. But before we go to that, tell us about your a little bit more of your family. Maybe bring up Lance if you want, your girls.
No, I'm so proud of my husband. Yes, we met in college, so we're getting our master's in recreation. He works here for the city. Long story short, like my dream job was to work for the city. I was like, you get paid to play with kids all day. Like that's what I wanted to do, but you can't work together at the same city. It's nepotism. So I'm so proud of him. He started out as a lifeguard and he's just continued to work his way
Really?
up. And
Wow.
I didn't know he was a lifeguard.
Started from the bottom, now we're here.
Now
right?
we're here,
I had no
yeah.
idea.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Wait, was he at like the aquatic center or
He
where?
was,
No
yeah.
way. Oh my
Yeah.
god. They got some pretty big diving boards over there actually. Have you seen that?
Yeah, for sure.
Well, David Hasselhoff.
Lance Hasselhoff.
Oh my gosh.
So Kelly, you get the opportunity to work with many nonprofits here locally. Where do you get your passion to work with all these local nonprofits?
Oh my gosh. Wow, that's like a loaded question. I think like when I had kids, seeing my first child be born was like, I want to make a positive impact in the world.
Yeah.
I didn't know what that really looked like, to be honest, but it set this fire inside to like do good things in the community. And, I think SCV Connected was just born out of like wanting to like network and get to know people. And so I found a need. Not a lot of nonprofits, it is on the executive director who's also in charge of like services and finances and fundraising to also host these events. And so it seemed like there was a need for an extra set of hands. And so planning nonprofit events became a way that I could make money doing my podcast and being my SCV Connected, like having that platform.
Wow. So you really are a connector for sure.
Right.
Wow.
Connect the dots. There we
Yeah,
go.
we're connecting the dots here.
Entrepreneur, too.
Yeah, we were fortunate to get Christian on the Michael Hoffman Foundation board as well. You guys connected.
Mm-hmm.
Can you guys please talk about your big events coming up here on April
20th.
20th.
All right. Yeah.
420.
Yeah. Saturday. It's like
I'm just promoting it.
Wow,
Yeah,
Ryan,
promoting
P.
the
Diddy.
date.
when I go into the high schools and I say the date too, everyone chuckles just like that. Thank you, Ryan.
Yeah.
Ryan's
Ryan's high school.
It's part of the marketing plan. People
Yeah.
will remember
Sure,
that.
and we got Smokey the Bear up there on.
Oh my
422.
God. Wow.
Smokey the Bear.
Real talk.
You want to get Ryan P. Diddy? I mean,
we-
R. Diddy there too, or what?
No,
Does
he will
Smokey
be
need
there.
an MVP shirt? Should we get him a shirt?
I think we should.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. No, it's the annual walk. So the Michael Hoffman Foundation's been around since 1995, and they are just so they just embrace you. If you're going through cancer, it's your one-stop resource to find social, emotional support. And so they host an annual walk. And so we're bringing the community together to host this fundraising event that's going to help serve children and families that are in the throes of cancer.
Wow.
And such a huge event for them as well too. Being now that I'm sitting on the board and actually seeing how much financial support comes from this event makes me want to make sure that I'm putting in the effort to make sure that it is at least equal to what they've been doing in the past without us.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and without a doubt, like every connection you have brought us is just so fruitful, and like they want to help out. They're dedicated to the cause, and so we're going to be at Central Park this year, which is a phenomenal park in Santa Clarita. So it's going to be great.
Yeah.
And I think you're going to be part of it too, right?
Yeah, I think we're both
We're both part of
sponsors,
it. Yeah.
right?
We're,
Yep,
well,
you both
can
are.
we say sponsor? We're sponsors.
Of course,
okay.
yeah.
That's-
This is the first time I've actually sponsored a nonprofit.
Okay.
And I'm excited. Chris, the voice, has shared some stories with us. I mean, they're definitely heartfelt.
Yeah.
You know, you make it real for sure.
Thank
So
you,
what you guys do it's awesome, and I'm glad to just be part of it.
Yeah. So Saturday, get on a team. We want you to go to mhf.org, right? Sign up as your team, sign up as an individual, or come join my team, the SCV Stairs Project. We're happy to have
Or
you.
the SCV Connected team. Hold on.
Or the SCV MVP team. What is your
Let's
team?
go.
Do you have
Let's
a team?
go.
There's a little competitive nature here.
Just a little bit
but,
of friendly competition.
You know
what, Kelly? I would love to hear from your perspective about the Michael Hoffman Foundation in general. We've heard it from the voice.
Okay.
But can you touch a little bit about it as well?
Yeah, so really it boils down to like every child deserves to have a childhood. And when you hear these stories of these families that are getting this unexpected news, it is just horrific. It stops you. Most of these families can't continue work because they have to take their child out of school, take them to doctor's appointments. And so the Michael Hoffman Foundation really just, like I said, wraps their arms around the entire family and provides resources and has connections to doctors. And they've been in this about 30 years. So they're, I can't even imagine, like when you find out your kid has cancer, like where do you go?
I can't even imagine.
It helps you kind of navigate the process, right? A little bit.
Oh, totally.
Sure. I call myself the rookie on the squad here, being a part of the board now. And I've been kind of involved since about November and been on the emails. And going into it, I knew that I was going to be a little bit more involved and be more in the know about our kids and our families. And last week, we actually lost our second child since I've been a part of the organization.
Yeah.
But, it definitely gets emotional to me. I'm sure you guys could hear it in my voice. But it's also fuel, right? Because putting myself in that situation, and it's coincidence, but the last two kids that we lost were 14 and 5, which are the same age as my kids, right?
I can't even fathom that.
Right.
So when you're that close to it, and you're trying to get your voice and your message out there, which thanks to Kelly, I was on KHTS, yeah, and I'm talking to everybody about it, right? But those lives that we're losing will be fueled to help the kids that are going through the struggle now themselves.
Wow.
It's not going to be in vain, right?
Yeah,
Maybe a message and a reason.
You guys both have a powerful message. So, I mean, long story short, right? Let's support.
Yeah.
420.
Come on out.
Smokey the Bear.
9
the Bear.
a.m. Central Park,
Central Park.
the stairs.
And
What is
guys,
the
it
website?
feels good to help. Like I try to tell friends and family this, like the cause is heart-wrenching and the foundation does hope, help, and healing. Our ambassador this year, a lovely girl named Bridget, she did go through cancer when she was young, but she's going to tell her story of recovery. So there is that hope, that healing that you're going to hear. And it feels good to help. You get that instant gratification of helping, like you're doing good. So bring your family, friends.
Come out, start a team, get on a team, right?
Yes, please.
Anything that anyone can do, please come out, right?
Yes.
Definitely.
Question, a little off topic, but
Yeah.
the Michael Hoffman Foundation Gala was like the premier event years ago.
It was.
Any chances now that we have Santa Cruz Buffalo helping out of bringing that back?
I think
What do
he
you
is.
guys think?
I think he, so far, Christian and I have been working together for like a couple months now, and everything he says turns into like
My man.
reality. And
Wait,
I'm
are
like,
we blowing his
a
head
lot
up
of
even
people,
more?
Like,
Oh,
just throw out
gosh.
contacts and like, I can do this, I can do that. But this guy's legit, and I
He's
think
legit.
he is.
I
If
know he's
anyone's
legit.
gonna bring
Legit.
it back, it's you.
Yeah. Let's
Yeah.
go Gala, baby.
Yeah.
Gala,
Gala?
2025.
Okay.
Was that a
2024.
was that a 4 or 5?
You got the Buffalo on your team. I'm thinking it's 2024 for sure.
I have a question. Did the Hoffman Foundation originate in Santa Clarita?
They did, yeah.
did, okay.
They're local residents of Santa Clarita.
Yeah, Sand Canyon.
So he went to school out here, and
Yep.
Yep.
And then
Wow,
his
I didn't know.
mom, Mrs. Hoffland, taught out here as well. So some of her students
Wow.
are older and adults now. Our DJ is a former student.
wow.
So, yeah.
Because I remember hearing about that foundation when I was younger, like a long time
Oh, it's been around. Wow.
a long time.
I ran into someone this past week who was telling me that the first gala was in her backyard with over 450 people there.
Wow.
Man,
Yeah.
imagine doing that now in 2024.
Well, I think
Yeah.
that's the thing. Like, we would love to bring it back, but the reality is COVID really took
Impact
a hit
changed everything.
on
Yeah.
all of these nonprofits.
Is
out
that what
here.
really that was like the catalyst?
It definitely
the
was.
pandemic.
Yes.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Well, it
Right.
changed everything.
Well, yeah.
It
well,
really did, yeah.
If we can help in any way, please let us know, and please continue doing what you guys are doing, because it's needed, right? So 420, come out, support.
Yes, please.
All right.
Central Park.
Bring
I'm
your
going to switch
family.
gears a little bit here, Kelly. Going back to you on the more personal level,
Oh.
you're raising 2 daughters,
I am.
and you're an entrepreneur here locally. Talk to us about that. What is that like?
Oh my gosh. First of all, I never thought I'd be an entrepreneur. And that's like the thing I'm the most proud about.
Yeah.
Well, you totally just lit up
I
right now. I love
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Just because it takes so much resolve and resilience
Sure.
and mental toughness
Yeah.
to put yourself out there to get like an LLC going and
Mm-hmm.
open a business account. Like, it's the little wins that I've learned so much about myself.
I like that. It's the little wins that count. You know,
Yeah.
it's embrace the process.
Yeah.
Kind of. I don't want to go back to the Kobe, kind of what we talked about last time. You know, embrace the process.
Yeah,
Those
for
are the
sure.
wins.
Yeah.
You know, the results will happen, but I think those little wins are what kind of get us there.
Now, are you and Lance raising little CEOs, little
Oh my
future
gosh,
CEOs
definitely.
also?
You know what? I love it. I love that they can see the work that we do.
Okay.
But prior to the pandemic, I worked in an office 9 to 5, and they knew Mommy worked for Princess Cruises. They knew it was a cruise ship, but they didn't know what really went into it. And so now they get to be a part of that, and they come in my office, and they're like, "Ooh, like, what's Mommy doing?"
And I've gotten to know her the last couple years. I've done coaching,
Yeah.
and you talked about giving back and seeing the smile on people's faces. We see that with coaching. Her daughter this year, and I told them this several times, out of all the girls, she improved the best.
Oh, most improved.
The best.
I like
That's
She's
because
come
of
up-
you, though.
she's-
You're a great coach.
Well,
honestly.
yeah, well, you know, I try.
He's
You
all right.
are.
He's
No,
all
I
right.
mean, look, it's all about the environment too, right? And the parents. I always say the parents are. You guys know this.
Sure.
A huge part of
And
it.
you
Well, like,
enjoy
get out
coaching.
there, be
Oh, I love
aggressive.
it. I love it. You know, I spend time with her daughter to help her because she has skills.
Yeah.
You know, she's
She's
almost
tall, but she's
tall. She's
very,
like my height. I mean, that
timid.
doesn't. Or your
Lance
height.
is
No,
tall.
you're right.
Lance is tall.
Wow.
yes.
Yeah.
Wow. Short jokes now.
What are you coaching?
It was basketball.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, what?
No.
No,
You
but
want me
she's
to come back?
No, great job.
no, yeah, you're really.
Well,
good.
I've been doing
You've
it a
done
long
for
time.
a long time,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of how my MVP SCV started through coaching and
You
the
coach
whole
other
process.
sports too, as well, though, don't you?
Football.
Football.
Yeah, usually football and basketball.
Okay.
But it's I mean, this year was tough, right?
Oh my gosh, yeah, they
Tough
aged
year.
up, so it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait till you see some of these girls that are older. It's
Yeah.
out of control.
I like it.
Boys and girls then on the basketball
Yeah.
team.
So I coach my son, little Bray, but I help Chris. Peyton's my niece.
Gotcha.
That,
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
I'm not
where
just the creepy guy coaching with no kids.
I was
That's
lost.
where
I was
Christian
lost
was
for a
sorry,
second. I was
sorry.
like,
That's where the voice was going. That's where the voice was going.
That's
you're
why the
the
voice had that
expert.
look right now, right?
like, please
No,
help me.
Peyton is my niece.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's how. And Chris is the head coach.
Okay.
Shout out to Chris, Bill, my brother-in-law. He's the head coach, and I help him.
Nice.
Yeah, but it's been what, 3? This is our 3rd season.
Yeah. And it's like a family. That's the neat
Yeah.
thing about like youth sports
Yeah.
through the city is it becomes a family. It starts out like as the foundation, like are they gonna like this sport or
Yep.
not? And then it becomes like, yeah, your family. I'm like, what are we gonna do on Thursday nights
Yeah,
now?
like Lance and
miss
I
you
are
guys.
chatting it up.
Sure.
We're talking, hanging out. So I mean, I think anytime you can bring satisfaction to these kids at that age, it's awesome.
Sounds
You know?
Lance is to be our next guest.
We probably
You guys need to have him.
Can we
Yes.
get Lance on here?
You-
Okay.
yes.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get him on here for sure.
I got to see some of his lifeguard pictures. Though.
Oh, yes.
That's- okay, you have to
yes,
bring it.
yes.
He has them too.
I like it.
I bet he's looking like a stud.
Oh my gosh, I think they're all up in like Doug's office.
Oh, really?
Funny. How funny. That's hilarious. Kelly, real quick before we wrap it up. So you're talking about your upbringing. You're Puerto Rican. Tell me about your upbringing and how that helped you become the woman you are now today.
Oh my gosh. I think my mom is like the strongest person I know. And so I think that really set that foundation of being a go-getter and going after what you want in life.
I love that.
And I truly think without SCV Connected, I wouldn't get to the next step on where I'm going in life. So
That's awesome.
How did you come up with the name SCV Connected? Like, how did this evolve, and how did this
That's such
process
a great
begin?
question. Oh my gosh, I feel like it's just a blessing from above. Like all these things, you look back on the path and you're like, everything was perfectly put in place.
Yep.
We moved in next door. My neighbor teaches podcasting classes. So she really taught me how to podcast, and then we would bounce ideas off each other, and it was definitely collaborative. She helped me with the name, and I took it and ran and opened, a domain and everything like that.
She said
So, yeah.
podcasting classes?
Yeah?
Do we need to take a podcasting
I think we should. You should for sure.
We just hit the ground running here, right?
Oh, that's awesome. All right, and last question, but certainly the one that I think is going to have the biggest impact. As a local entrepreneur, other female aspiring entrepreneurs, what is your best advice?
Oh my gosh.
I know, loaded question.
Great question.
It really is so much. Of course, like never give up, but I think it's that mental toughness aspect. We go to school, we grow up in our family units, and we're never really taught, especially as women, like mental toughness. And I think I learned so much from doing this fitness program. It sounds so funny, but 75 Hard. And my
Another
business,
thing we have in common?
Here we go.
Another thing we have in
75
common.
hard.
It's my girl now. I like it.
Jeez.
my business started during 75 Hard.
How
I would
funny.
have never had the confidence to put myself out there, but when you're doing this program, you're like, I can do anything.
Yeah.
Truly.
Well, The
It's
Voice
best.
challenged me 4 years ago to do it, and we've been doing it every single year since.
No way.
Yeah,
It's the
we
best
just got
thing.
done.
It is.
That's
Yeah.
my secret gift. Like if I had to tell anyone. And then also a boss gave me really good advice at Warner Brothers. She said the answer is always no unless you ask.
Closed
So,
mouths don't get fed.
Right.
I always say that. I tell my
like
kids
that.
I
all day
remember
long.
the broker at Remax when I still used to work there a long time ago would say it takes 5 no's to get a yes.
For sure.
Ooh,
Right?
yes.
Yeah.
It takes 5 no's to get a yes.
I
So
tell
you
my
just gotta keep
team,
going.
go for the no.
Go for the no.
The
Yeah.
more no's you get, the
Right.
closer
Yep.
to a yes you get.
Yeah.
That's
Right?
so true.
Go for
Yeah.
the no. There's a book called Go for the No.
Oh,
Is
really?
there?
Yeah. Right. It's, there's pictures and stuff for you.
Perfect book. I can read
Pictures
the
and
back
stuff
of
for you.
it. I can read the
Exactly.
back of
Yeah.
it. I got a question for KO real quick. Where do you see SCV Connected going moving forward? The next 2, 3, 4, 5
Wow,
years?
That
great
is a really good
question,
question.
Ryan.
I took a
Wow.
podcasting class.
Yes, you did. Totally did.
Well, I'd love to have you guys on as guests.
Oh,
but,
we're 100%
that's
in. Don't worry. Right? We're in.
Totally a loaded question because I am at a crossroads, and this is like breaking news, but I am transitioning into being an executive director for a local nonprofit, which everyone will know soon, Circle of Hope, which is a cancer support
Wow.
center.
Yeah.
Good
so
for you.
I really would have never gotten that job without putting myself out there in the community with SCV Connected on social platforms and podcasting. One of the things they said to me when they hired me was like, we didn't even know you existed, like until we saw like everything about you. And yeah,
That's
so
awesome.
I think that
So wait, we had
that's where it's
breaking
gonna
news right
go.
now?
That's an
Breaking news?
EliteX
That's bragging.
Wait, is that
podcast
a-
exclusive
You guys
right
got the
there.
Wow.
We got the exclusive.
That's pretty good.
I like that. So you will be the new executive director of Circle of Hope.
yes.
That's awesome.
Well
Congratulations.
deserved.
Thank you.
Well deserved.
Thank you.
For
so
sure.
go on and follow me over there.
Yeah, 100%. All right, Diddy.
That was
sign it.
awesome.
Yeah, that was great.
It
man.
went too
Yeah.
fast. I think
Right?
we're having too much fun right
It,
now, right?
and it was great. And we got an exclusive. Let's wrap up this episode on that note. Send us off.
Appreciate both of you. You are awesome. The Voice, Henry. What episode is it?
It doesn't even matter.
Who cares?
It's just the exclusive Elite podcast, and we're out.
We out.